cannot work with you because you don't have an online presence. And I'm like, that thing is very important. Like the air you breathe in this our generation. I would like to define 4 terms, right? The first term is communication. The second is effective communication. The third is visual communication. And the fourth is effective visual communication. So it is very important to know that impact is the lasting effect of the action taken, or the lasting effect of the feel you get from the action taken. But the truth is, you will never communicate effectively if you don't know how to sell yourself. And same thing as in business too. The truth is, if you're trying to build a business and you don't have a personal brand, you struggle.
Right. Okay, my name is Ben Patrick. I'm a graphic designer, and I heard about this program, this event from Cafe One. Generally, the event was actually insightful, very, very insightful. I learned that we should not be limited by what we are or what we are doing, right? We should explore, try as many fields as possible, and get to know our work very well. Well, okay, so my take on the facilitator is actually who he says he is, like communication simplified, especially for creatives, visual creatives. He was able to break down the processes that we need to actually go through to know what we are doing better. And also, I find him very, very interesting, right? No boring moments, very insightful. There's a community, a white space community, and also introduce a course for us, which I'm hoping to get as well. And I feel from the things we saw, the portfolios that he showed us, it was really, really amazing. So I feel when you hear of Oluwafemi, right, just you will get value for whatever he's offering.
I would like to say that we have officially started the Design and Digital Evolution Summit, hosted by Whitespace Creativerse and Cafe One. So thank you very much, Cafe One, for the support, and we're delighted to be here. All right, my name is Oluwafemi Akingbola, and I think, I should start from there. I like to call myself a visual communicator rather than calling myself a graphic designer. And I get a lot of questions that, why do I call myself a visual communicator? So I have to sit down and craft an answer to that. And the truth is, the answer is this. So with over 14 years of experience in the industry, in the creative industry, that's since 2010. Yes, then I'll start from 2010. So I've been able to, find myself involved in a plethora of projects, like from 3D to animations to graphic design itself, to branding, to UI UX. And the truth is, I think some people just think that UI UX is limited to the digital products, your apps and your software. But I think I have to say, or I beg to differ, that this doesn't actually, this is not limited to your digital products, because everybody is somewhat a user experience designer. Everybody. Everyone on the surface of the earth. Everyone. Even the corn seller by the road, your fashion designer, your tailor. Why? Because when they create a product, there is something that is embedded in it, and that thing is called experience. So when I go to a tailor in that sense, and I'm like, I need this kind of, I need this kind of attire, right? I will need to give a feedback, like, okay, I like this, I don't like this. So in one way, everybody has been able to dabble into the space of user experience, but not necessarily user interface, right? So as I was saying, so because of my experience and the fact that I've been able to solve some very, very intricate creative briefs using this, plethora of skills. So I told myself, Femi, don't limit yourself by what others call you. Don't limit yourself by what you call yourself. Rather, call yourself a visual communicator, because you communicate visually to solve people's problems. That is simple. So that's all about me. So let me just dive directly into what we have today, and it's design and digital evolution. And then the subtopic says effective visual communication in the digital era. Don't worry, it's not a lecture. It's just a keynote, right? We're going to have a lot of interactive session, even in this, in quotes, lecture, right? All right, so I like to define terms. And while I was making this presentation, I told myself that it is very, very important to set up and to make people understand the foundation, right, of everything we're trying to do here, because foundation is very, very important. Even as a creative, just imagine that you want to become a graphic designer and you don't understand the foundation of graphics design. You will struggle with the tools, most assuredly, right? So moving on, I'd like to define 4 terms, right? The first term is communication. The second is effective communication. The third is visual communication. And the fourth is effective visual communication. Right. I said communication is the exchange of information. Thank you very much for that. And ideas. So I've highlighted the very, very cogent points. So it says the exchange of information and ideas through speech, writing, or gestures, vital for relationship and knowledge sharing. Right? It says it facilitates the transmission of thoughts and emotions between individuals or groups. So now, basic stuff. This is it. In any kind of relationship, in any kind of knowledge sharing, communication, simple. I'm communicating to you guys. I'm telling you something. I want you to get an understanding of an idea, but without necessarily, projecting into an action. I'm just saying, okay, this is what I feel. This is what I think you should know, and that's it. That's communication, and that's where we have the exchange of information and ideas, and also for relationship and knowledge sharing. So, all right. So, moving on, we're going to also speak about effective communication. Effective communication. And now, this is where it gets tricky. So, what is effective communication? Effective communication, like, what makes a communication effective? We know the definition of communication. So, what is effective communication? We're getting somewhere. Anybody?
Maybe when the other person they are exchanging the ideas you understand.
Is that it? So, are you trying to tell me that effective communication means the end goal of effective communication is understanding? Is that what you're saying? You think so? You need to be sure. If you are a digital person in this digital era, you need to be sure. I'm creating this, I'm doing this. You can't stand on the fence. So are you saying effective communication equals understanding?
I think that maybe effective communication is when the results of the communicator has been met. Like if you want to pass across a message and the person has gotten that message and done what you wanted the person to do, I think that's effective communication.
That's the answer there. What's the definition of being effective? Something that allows something else, right, to perform an action. Simple. So I can actually speak to you and tell you what you don't like to do. You understand me. I've communicated. But it's not effective. You're not going to do it. You're not doing it. That's it, right? So if I'm moving on to effective communication, so it says, it is what? It ensures both transmission, number one, comprehension of information. That's the first step, right? It says through various channels, we know that speaking, visuals, and whatever. Incorporating verbal, non-verbal cues for mutual understanding. It says it spans diverse mediums, well, like I've explained, such as face-to-face interactions like this, digital platforms, well, like the flyer we sent out for this event. And it says fostering clarity, action, and connection. This is the secret. So I cannot categorically boast in the fact that I've communicated effectively if I do not get the result I want. So as a digital marketer, I'm marketing a product, right? And what I want is I want people to buy my product. The truth is my design can be so immaculate, so beautiful. But if they are not clicking or more, my communication is not effective. Now we know that effective communication, right, the end result is what? Understanding and action. In fact, action, basically, right? And communication, the end is what? Understanding, comprehension, that's all. So let's go to visual communication. So from visual, I think everybody knows the definition of visual, right? So let's define visual communication. Before I go there, can anybody try? I think we have a lot of definition that can help you, get the definition of this term. So visual communication, anyone? I'm going to call you. Fego. You're still using communication in your definition. Using what? You're still using visual content. So what are visual content?
I think content
Victory, you said something. Pictures. Images, right? What again? Illustrations, yes? You said? Text. Thank you. Text is very important you can't do without text. See, people, there are 1,001 meanings to a picture, right? Based on the perspective of the viewer. So you need text. Thank you very much for that. So let's go to the definition of that term. It says, visual communication utilizes these guys, images, symbols. Imagine you're a driver, right? And there is no caution symbol where you're going. There's no slippery road symbol, and you're just speed. There's no stop sign. Thank you. And you don't know that children are crossing, and you're just speeding off. There's no speed limit symbol or more. There's going to be a lot of calamity. So that's where VC comes in, visual communication. So images, symbols, and graphics to convey information, ideas. We all know that ideas are different from information, right? We'll get there. Or message quickly. It has to be very quick, because the attention span of humans, at least you can catch any human, right? You can catch an average human attention within the first 3 seconds of interaction. That's the truth. If there's going to be probably a grace, you can do like 5 to 6 seconds. So if it's not quick, the person may be lost in the beauty of what you're trying to communicate. So it has to be quick. And that's why we have things like emphasis. In our design, what is emphasized? Design and Digital Evolution Summit. Simple. That's what, and every other thing you read by that guy, on then 10 a.m., right? Then people can now start, okay, I like the picture effect, I like whatever. Why? Because this is what we're trying to do. Quick message. It says, engaging viewers, that's the secondary, right? Visually for enhanced comprehension. Now, see? Enhanced comprehension. Enhanced comprehension. First, communication is comprehension, but this is enhanced. It gives you that image. It gives you that, as you all know that, or let me say, as I know and I've read, we don't all know. I won't assume that the window to the soul of any man is the eyes, right? Anything you see affects and affects how you think and how you behave. So enhanced comprehension and retention. Now let's go. It says it's a powerful tool for conveying complex concepts and emotions in a concise and compact manner. So imagine you're trying to tell somebody that the road ahead is slippery, right? With a sign or with text. Do you know that some people don't have fast reading comprehension? Before they even, the road is slippery, drive slowly, they'll have entered the bush, right? So that's why we have symbols. And then you see the two wavy lines and the car on top. Slippery, right? So you cannot overemphasize the importance of this guy. So now let's move to the effective visual communication. Thank God now we know visual communication. We know the effect of effectiveness or the end goal of being effective. So who's going to define that for me? Is a no-brainer at this point. I think I should point to, no, not you, don't worry. You, sir, with the headphones. Yes.
So far, what I'm getting, effective visual communication is the ability to use pictures to pass a quick message and get the attention of the viewer.
Attention only? It's supposed to lead to an action. Thank you very much for the trial. So let's move to the next and let's just see what it has for us. It says, EVC utilizes design elements, right, like color, typography, pictures, or images to convey information clearly and compellingly, right? It has to compel you to do something. It now says facilitating quick understanding, number one, action, again, you see it here, and engagement. So this one is not only action, right? I can actually click on your picture, that's an action. Okay, you can put it on your WhatsApp message. Okay, so this guy is having this event, great. And then you slide up to reply. That's an action, right? Okay, is it free? Is it this? Is it that? Oh, okay, I'd like to be there. That's an action, right? But now, compelling you to come is another level of it. So it's still under action, right? But then it now says facilitating quick understanding, action, and engagement. It says it aims to communicate messages efficiently through one or more visual means. One or more. I'm coming back to that. Ensuring impact and resonance. Let me just explain all this line. So it says one or more visual means. So we have graphics design, we have motion graphics. That's why I don't call myself a graphic designer. I mean, what's visual communicator? In fact, I think I'm going to add one more. I'm an effective visual communicator. Yeah, because I use all these means, right? Animation, 3D art, 3D render. You understand the various means, right? I use digital marketing. I use visual, what's it called? Animation, graphics design, motion graphics. I even use my podcast in that sense, you get, to make sure that I convey an information, right? And then it says impact and resonance. But let's talk about this first. So impact, let me just speak on that. Impact is action, right? But impact is deeper than action, right? I can actually make you click something. I can actually make you, have a compelling action towards something. But has it really impacted you, right? Impact, right? So it is very important to know that impact is the lasting effect of the action taken, or the lasting effect of the feel you get from the action taken, impact. Then resonance. This talks about referral. So according to physics, resonance in physics is defined as the movement of sound from one point to the... You're about to say, thank you. God bless you, my sister. So yeah, that's it. So if you line up rods of iron, right, or steel, and then you go to one end to strike it, you will hear it at the other end. So it's resonating. In simple terms, each bar is referring the sound to the next bar and saying, oh, there's a pitch of C sharp. And then you go to, but yeah, you might not hear it as loud as, but so that's what this happens. So somebody comes out of the impact, it says, oh, more, have you seen that motion graphics? Oh, have you seen that event design? God, I'm going to attend because of design. Oh, have you seen? So you tell somebody, that tells somebody, that tells, that's, and trust me, this has worked for me. This guy, referrals, or more. I saw the work you did. Can you do this? Oh, I saw it. So that is where you actually know that you've done this guy. So let's go back to our definitions. You can take your screenshot. So the next is visual communication. That's the next. And yeah, the next is this guy. So I think we actually already did what we needed to do. I've already exposed the answers to everyone by telling you the end point of whatever. But it's fine. We'll still do it because it's very important. Okay, question. Yeah.
Okay. So for visual communication, does it involve audio?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, right? But audio can help.
Okay.
Audio can help. So to a very large extent, I know how to make my audio work for me. So while I was in the university, God, I messed with a lot of software. I messed with a lot of stuff. And I understood how to work with my audio, how to use my wavelengths, how to even create sound out of something. Made some animations. I couldn't do I couldn't afford to buy sound. So I make sounds up. And then I tweak their pitch and the bends and all those things are there. So it's very important. It's like the spice. There's something your sound does, right? It helps you sell the emotion faster. So imagine you are trying to sell emotion of horror. You know the kind of sound you use. So, chills go down my spine if I listen to a very, very horrific sound than if I'm seeing an horrific scene without sound. I can actually be looking at it and, okay, nothing is happening. But if you add sound, God, it's be as if I'm there. And then imagine you're using those very, very powerful beats or earbuds that give you that 3D surround sound. So that's that about that. Okay, so communication. We're talking about communication. So what's the major goal of communication? Anyone? Comprehension, right? So if I miss the spelling, please let me know. Okay, so effective communication. Action. Effective communication, understanding. There's understanding. Or comprehension. There's what again? Check your definition. There are still some things. Because there's a means too. There's a means. Because there's one so this is it. For communication, you don't have to go all out. Simple stuff. Effective communication, go all out. That's all. Then for visual comms too, right? These two, that's comprehension, right? And what again? Using what? That's design elements, right? Then comprehension. That's all. Then this guy is both, right? And what? Action. And what again? Impact.
Impact and resonance.
That one you won't forget. That resonance had impact on you. You won't forget. Yeah, pun intended. Okay. So, in anything you're doing, you have to ask yourself this question. What do I want to achieve? Right? Because a lot of graphic designers, now let me narrow down. A lot of graphic designers I see on Instagram, humbly I'm saying, they have a lot of beautiful stuff designed. God, people are good. But the truth is, they have followers and everything. Yeah, great. They have comments and like, great. But the truth is that design actually really, really effective? Does it cause an effect? The highest effect some of them have is, okay, people liking it, I like design, and then they move on. Oh, the light is fine, the light is this. The effect, some have effects such that it prompts other people to say, I want to give you a project. Some, it prompts them to say, I want to learn from you. Some, it prompts other people to say, okay, in fact, do you know that your design can prompt you yourself to improve? So I've done some couple of works before, and I had to look at the work and say, this work is befitting of motion graphics. I must do it. I must do it. So it is very important to ask yourself the question, what do I want to achieve? And what do I want my viewer to feel? What do I want my viewer to do, the action, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next, and it's this guy. So this is actually the reason we are here. This is the core of the message. What you've been listening to is just the introduction. This is the core of the message. Okay, so at the center of it all, we have effective visual communication, EVC, I like to call it. And then we have all those guys there. And then I told myself that it is very possible. Okay, before we even go, what are soft skills? Anyone? Thank you. Before I used to think soft skill is a software skill. I know how to use software, right? Because as the name implies now, but man, soft skills are the skills that you need to manage your environment, manage people, and manage tasks. So time management, people management, communication. More designers don't know how to communicate to guys. You know, right? We'll get there. Teamwork. Oh God. God bless you. Problem solving. Okay? That's very, very important because I can have a very, very beautiful design and it's not solving jack. It's just occupying space. Thank God that the internet has unlimited space. It will have just crashed because that, God. Any other one? There is there emotional intelligence there? Yeah, it is emotional intelligence.
I have a question.
All right.
This particular aspect, is it about visual communication or about the designer himself?
It's about visual communication and designers.
Okay, so this one about the designers.
About everything.
Because the soft skills applies to how the person will relate
Yes.
to people,
Yes.
and the tools is what the designer is going to use.
So it's everyone. It's not only designer. You have tools, right?
Yes, no, I'm asking in relation to this particular.
To this particular graph.
Yes. It's talking about the designer or the topic of visual communication.
No, it's a designer.
Okay.
It's a designer. No, it's a designer. So, but I can still extend it to that topic actually. Okay, so soft skills.
Time management.
Okay. Yes.
Teamwork, attention to detail.
That's important. Some more. Okay, anyone?
Problem solving. Emotional intelligence.
Yes. That's all right. Haha, that's it. All right, so I'm going to speak on this before going to any other one. So we unveil. So the first thing to know is that you need to be true to yourself. To their own self, be true. And tell yourself, what don't I have? Or what am I lacking in? Or what can I get better at? Everybody has one or two here that they need to work on. I love to do things on my own by myself, and it doesn't work. It took me a while to be able to, understand teamwork, because teamwork, as designers or as people that have some form of experience, whatever space you are in, the truth is, once you have this experience and you have this skill, you may not actually want to trust people to do that thing the way you want. And the truth is, see, people will do more and above, as in above what you can imagine or think, because everybody is peculiar, right? But that first step of trusting people will not make us do that teamwork thing. So so imagine that I'm trying to communicate effectively, right, with an audience, and I don't understand attention to details, or I don't understand critical thinking or emotional intelligence. How will my audience feel when they see my stuff? How do I want them to feel? The truth is, if you don't understand your audience, if you don't understand where they're coming from, and emotionally, interpret how they will act, you might end up creating a catastrophe. So it is very important to know that your soft skill, time management, that one too is very important. If you don't know how to manage your time, you may rush to do the things you need to do. You rush, go. At the end of the day, when you are probably presenting like this, you discover that you are not actually doing the work that you're supposed to do, because the time management skill is lacking. So I'm going to sell it right. I think that's the next part. But if you don't have any question there, I'll just put it like that. That these soft skills, please, we need to understand these things. I need to learn how. Then problem solving. Okay.
What other words source will make us ability to take feedback?
Being able to take feedback. So it can still be under emotional intelligence. All right. So so you won't take things too personally. And there's a thin line between being criticized and being critiqued. Hope we know. Critique. If I say I'm critiquing somebody's work, what I'm doing is I am telling the person from the good side of the work, your work is nice, pretty, I love this, I love how you did this, but I think this can be better. This can tweak, you can tweak this a bit, rather than criticizing, this work is not good. But guy, this is crap. And I see nothing good about this work.
You can do better.
You can do better. So it's very important to have that emotional intelligence. Thank you very much. So ability to take feedback is very important, because some people they don't know how to take feedback, and that pushes a lot of people away from them. Okay, so let's move to selling right. I termed it sales and marketing before, but I didn't want to sound like a marketer, right? So it's selling right. So what exactly does it mean? I split it into two. Number one, business side, right? And number two, career, right? Some people have a combination of these, business and career. Someone like me, right? Or let me say most people, actually. Some people have only career. Some people have only career. Most people have business and career, right? So, the question I want to ask is this. How does selling right, what does it have to do with effective visual communication? The truth is, action, that's it. So, I'm a career person. I want someone to employ me, and my CV is bad. Man, my CV is terrible. And not only that, I don't even have a portfolio. My portfolio is horrible. Or maybe I'm just trying. The truth is, I've just scattered everything because I will never communicate effectively to that person. The person will never take action. It's only maybe by the Holy Spirit. And maybe the person sees a dream. Employ him. And then he's going to call you, okay, I saw a dream. But the truth is, you will never communicate effectively if you don't know how to sell yourself. And same thing as in business too. So, like, I don't have to explain it, but we need to learn how to sell ourselves in business. So if you learn how to sell yourself, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I have a goal. And the goal is for people to I want to make money. That's the goal. So I want to sell myself. I want to make money. And what am I doing on that part? We have a roadmap. I'll design this. I'll do this digital marketing. I'll send out these emails. I'll do this ad. Okay, my design must be this. My motion graphics must be that. Put everything together. Okay, what if this person doesn't take this action? Okay, I'll lead this person back. You're creating a funnel. At the end of the day, right, you've created an effective visual communication path such that the person will not miss any step. Even if the person misses a step, right, the next step will lead into somewhere better in that sense. So you need to plan it. But most especially for freelancers, some freelancers just think that, I don't see shaking. Let me just say it like that. But as a freelancer, it doesn't come automatic that because I'm good, and then I would just get a project or get a job. You need to sell yourself. You need to keep putting out your portfolio. You need to keep putting out stuff. Whatever field you are in, you need to keep letting people know. So some people don't even have social media accounts. Yeah, let's talk. You know what? Should we open our lane here? Everybody, can we put our social media accounts on this screen? Your Instagram, your LinkedIn, anyone that you feel is supposed to sell you. And you want to work with world-class agencies. Come on, guys. And then they're going to ask you, what do you do? I do this. Oh, fine. All right. So, let me tell you a story. Somebody I know, I won't tell you where I know the person from. So that if the person is watching this video, the person will not say, Nami. And I won't tell you the gender of the person. One of my persons, this person, I won't say he or she. This person created a new business. And this person just started. And the person was like, guy, I want you to come to the opening. I want you to do this and that. That's fine. I will try to make it. And then this person entered my DM physically, not WhatsApp, my DM. Say, guy, I had a prospective client. And this client said no, that he's not giving me the job. I said, why? The person said, because I don't have an online presence. The person said, I cannot work with you because you don't have an online presence. And I'm like, that thing is very important. Like the air you breathe. In this our generation, actually, it is very important. So some people that used to put themselves on private, congratulations, the most mature person. Clap for them, clap for you. Yes. So put yourself on private, I won't follow until you follow. All those kind of people, follow for follow. All those people that will tell you that Jesus baby, right? They will hide you. See, it is appalling in this generation not to have at least 2 platforms that you are not active on. In fact, okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does personal branding come into play with cameras?
It comes, oh. It does.
Strategy.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Personal branding and strategy are involved in this.
Yes. So this guy, I don't want to waste our time. We say, like, okay. The truth is, for personal branding, right? See, if I'm going to say anything today, I'm speaking from experience, the things I've suffered and the things I've seen. The truth is, if you're trying to build a business and you don't have a personal brand, you struggle. You struggle so much. But if you have a personal brand, a thriving personal brand, even if it's toothpick you want to sell, you will sell. So, tools. Okay. What tool do you use? Photoshop. Okay, since how many years? Let me ask a question. Do you think you can transfer your knowledge of Photoshop to a completely new software like Illustrator or like Figma? Do you think you can, if I give you Illustrator now and I say I give you 3 days to understand the software, do you think you can do that?
Yes.
3 days and you understand the entire tools?
Maybe not the entire, but the basic tools.
So that means you'll be able to understand Illustrator past 70%. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Why? Why do you think that is?
Because the tools are similar.
Okay.
They have the same functions.
Okay.
Yeah, so for like maybe like the pencil, the shape,
Mm-hmm.
they are the same.
Okay. Okay, great. So now let's move it up a notch higher. So if I tell you to work on a 3D software, a simple one, I won't call the extreme ones. Let me just call Spline for you. It's more of a web app, Spline. Do you think you can handle Spline? Why?
I've not had experience.
With 3D, right? Are you sure? So every day you interact with 3D stuff every day. I mean, every blessed day. And let me tell you the truth. The difference between you and I is what I know about 3D and how I've been able to translate it into my software. And that helps me a lot, even when I design with Photoshop. Like, it helps me a lot that, okay, I need to know where my light is coming from and what is going to give me this ambient occlusion and how this is going to work with my shadow casting and all those things. You may understand all those things, but the truth is, if you don't do 3D, you may not be able to grasp it because more often than not, 3D gives you more of that space to play with light, space to play with camera angles and stuff. I've done works where I had to come from graphic design, enter motion graphics, went back to my 3D software, came back to After Effects to do compositing, right? And then, oh, this text is not sitting right. Went back to Illustrator, changed the whatever, brought it back to After Effects. At the end of the day, it came out really well. Why? Because I rather understand my fundamental and basic concepts than for me to pick up a tool. So I'm learning a new software, Unreal Engine. Well, great software. Man, that thing is complex. But the truth is, I'm learning it very fast because when I was learning 3D then, as far back as 2010, 2011, when I was learning it then, the question I used to ask myself, the first thing I do, I'll go to the documentation. This is how to learn, at least a software. I read the documentation back to back, understood the underlying concept of the software, and then I began to pick my tools one after the other. For example, tools and terms. For example, they say albedo, right? I know something that has to do with light physics. If they say ambient occlusion, I know it has to do with that, right? If they say total internal reflection, okay, I know that I learned it in physics, but what it is, what is it? So I go to Google, I make an entire research. I read Wikipedia, I read about it. In fact, I read the formulas to understand, so that when I open Blender and I see something like that, I'm not shaked. I'm not going to be shaked. When I see, terms like global illumination, well, that's one very popular one that we say in maybe Unreal Engine, and that's not the term they use. So there are some software that will use one term, and in another software is not the same term, but it's still the same function. The truth is, once you can understand that this term is equal to this term, you don't have to overread. So the tools are important, right? Very, very important. But if you don't understand the concept, this guy will be missing, because I can actually pick my paintbrush tool and paint whatever it is I want to paint, and it looks good. But the truth is, how do I merge my colors to make sure that I pass that emotion to my users? So I can understand the color wheel faintly on the surface. Do I really understand my color combination and what it means to combine this color and that color? I have to convert RGB to CMYK, let me put it that way, or from my CMYK to my Pantone and whatever, right? I would understand that, oh, this does this. If I understand that, no matter the software you bring, all I just need to know is the interface. Okay, where is Pantone? Where is this? Okay, fine. I convert it and move on. So that is what will make you understand or have this guy. So I've explained this too, right, in one. You need to have strong foundational. So now imagine that you have all these things now, right? I know how to sell, right? I have soft skills, I have this, I have that. If a problem comes to me, I'm going to attack it from the purview of, I want to, engage my audience to have an action. So in a project, the first thing you must learn how to do is to break down your project process, right? And from your end goal, end in view first, right? So once you have your end in view, you tell yourself, okay, what do I want to achieve? Oh, this with this software. Okay, this software cannot do it. Do I have to pay someone or learn it or have an alternative? If paying somebody is going to be costly, then you may have to learn it. If you don't have time, right, you may have to find a collaboration for that. But long and short of everything is that it's better for you. See, all this one that they say, jack of all trades, master of none. That guy, I think the end of that phrase is, they say, it's better than the master of one. Yes, that's it. So I know this software, that software, I know how to do this and this and this. I'm better than somebody that only knows, I don't want to call the software so that everybody will feel comfortable. But in that sense, it's very important because it also gives you the leverage to be able to make more money. Yes, there are some people that would say, Femi, what I need now is 3D render and visualization. Oh yeah, now. I make money, I move. Okay, what I need now is just graphics design. Why not? And I will not overextend myself. And that thing also gives you the ability to be able to perform optimally in the market. So if I'm in the market and somebody says he needs graphic design, I may end up saying, you know what, I will go the extra mile and do motion graphics for this person. To what? Upsell myself. So upselling, it helps you to upsell easily. So long and short is that if you don't have extra skills, right, you may be cut out of the market as fast as possible. So for me, humbly under God, and I will say it humbly, I can conveniently cross from one platform to the other. Like, I have no issues with that. I will cross. I have no issues with that. And then we have culture. See, how I wish I traveled more. The way Chinese guys design is different from the way an Indian will design. It's different from the way a Nigerian will design. And the truth is, once you are able to cross-culture your designs, God, the way you stand out like the noonday sun. You'll be shining. Why? Because, again, it still points to emotional intelligence. If I'm able to relate with what a Chinese guy can relate with, or to, right? And I'm able to cross-culture. And so there was a lady, I met her on TikTok that day. I was like, I need to do TikTok live. And then I entered her live and we're talking. So most people don't actually know that, I have this, my, plethora of skills and experience. So I was there and she was saying some things and I told her about the fact that I'm not really interested in UI UX. It's stressful for me, especially UI. Like I'm designing 100 plus 200 screens. That's stressing my life. There are other things that can give me good money. I know what I'm saying. But if it requires me to help push a brand forward and it's going to give me good money, it's fine. I can stress myself. But trust me, the fact that I understand the basic of graphic design makes me, I can do your screens anyhow. I mean, I will do them well. And sometimes I just binge watch on UI UX stuff. So this lady said she understands Korean and she's a Nigerian. And she was speaking Korean to me. I said, this is so lovely. Where did she learn it? Guess, movies, K-drama, all this, boys before flowers, girls before lions, all those things. See, she understands it and she has Korean clients that she works with. And guess what? She's not working with them as a graphic designer. Language translator. So I looked at her and said, this is very amazing. You need to learn how to plug into this thing. You can plug into it. You will be so. She knows it like the back of her palm. So she knows 3 languages: English, Yoruba, and Korean. And she's entering into UI UX. I said it's fine. You can enter into UI, but there's some things that will bring that thing out more. Illustrations will bring it out. That kind of thing. Well, illustrations will bring it out. Graphic design will bring it out. I'm not saying UI UX will not bring it out, but there's some things that will engage your creativeness, right? And UI UX has a lot of rules. Don't pass there, don't pass there. Okay.
Right? Okay, so there are different types of design: graphic, web, UI, UX, product designer. And I wanted to be a graphic designer. That's 2018 when it was very relevant. But
it's still very relevant.
I was saying that, but as times are changing, it seems UI, UX is the most, relevant in tech now. So a friend of mine was saying that I should learn UI, UX design, but I told him I want to finish learning graphic design first because it will lead into UI UX, but graphic design is not as profitable as web design and UI UX design. So do I start from graphic? Because they said, and this is the product designer, so he's very, very good. He said he did not finish learning graphic design. He just went into web and he's making a lot of money.
He will get, don't worry.
No, he said the basic principles of graphic design and web design, but you can start from scratch with web design. You don't have to finish graphic design. And then nobody has really been able to differentiate between product design and UI UX for me and web design. They say it's the same thing, some say it's different. So I don't know which one do I start.
Are you asking the question? So you're asking the 2 questions in one?
Yes, I'm asking. Yeah, 2 questions. One, which one do I start from? Do I finish graphic and then go? Because I'm taking UI UX right now, but I feel like I have to go back to graphic. And number 2, what's the second question?
The difference between product design,
UI UX.
All right, thank you. So I'll start from the second one because that one is just straight to the point. So the difference between product design is that everything you see around you is product. This is a product. Well, I studied industrial design, so I understand these things. This is a product. Now, we now talk about digital products, we talk about physical products. So physical products, these guys, the mic, whatever. Digital products now, we're now talking about your tangible applications, software development. So we now have all the back-end, front-end, whatever. So we have those as products, a complete product. So UI, you know what it means, the user interface. And then the UX is what? So, did I answer the question? You said, what is the difference between product design and web design?
Product, web. So I think web is part of product. Web can be a product.
Everything is a product.
Everything is under product.
Yes. Do you know that if I design you a brochure, it's a product?
Really?
It's a product. Yes. But the fact that it's not an app doesn't mean it's not a product. It's a digital product. Anything produced is a product. Okay. Please go to your ChatGPT. Just ask, what is a product? Yes, let's do that. So once you are confused about a definition of something, go back to the basic, like the scratch. This guy, they write a piece too. Not more than one line.
It has defined.
Okay, it's defining.
physical, digital products,
Mm-hmm.
hybrid, consumer, industrial.
Exactly. So basically, your product is what you produce to solve a problem. So my web is a product,
Okay.
right? My this thing, what's it called? Application is a product. My brand manual is a product. Say yes. My logo is a product. That's it.
Is web development on that product design?
Web development under product design. Yes.
Is web development programming?
Development. Yes. You are developing it.
And that's the full backend.
That's backend. Yes. So web development can also consist of the programming and the design. Web development. So just like product design, what people call product design, your app, they will now have UI UX on that,
Okay.
right? Then we have web development. So web design, right? Web development, web design will now have and web development, front end, back end, web design programming. So it's still web development in that sense. So I hope
Yeah.
with this report of mine.
Okay, so where do I start from?
Okay, for you, continue with your UI UX. Don't stop. But that means you're giving yourself double work. You need to understand graphics design. The secret is this. When Figma was still new, at least to me, as far back as 2019, I was not even using Figma. I was using Adobe XD. I started using Adobe XD in one day. And I designed this product. And that's when I knew that this thing is not as hard as it is. Why? Because I just transferred my graphic design sense. If you understand graphic design, if you don't understand graphic design, I would tell you to go back to it. You see, and going back to graphic design is just basic elements and principles of graphic design. The secret is if you understand how a physical object works and you're able to translate it to digital or to your own style, I think you'll be fine. So, long and short, understand the basic principles of graphic design and then tell yourself, where do I want to branch out to? I was just very privileged. It's a privilege to touch projects. I mean, I've done some projects. I've stretched myself and I've learned a lot of things. Yes, becoming and how to become. This one is important. And I'll be revealing it bit by bit, I hope. Yeah, so what is becoming? Like I mentioned, the things that we're learning here, effective communication and how to become a better visual communicator. So becoming simply means becoming, right? It means reaching for where you want to be. That's what becoming is. How to become? Simple stuff. There are 5 steps that I've highlighted. You want to become a very good visual communicator because you say you want to do, in quotes, everything, which you cannot, but you can do a lot. So you are not a graphic designer. The place you are going to start from is calling yourself a visual communicator. See, in fact, as long as you can communicate an idea using any kind of visual mode, you are not a graphic designer. So the first thing you have to do is to be curious. They say curiosity kills the cat. For my own cat, the curiosity makes it better. You see, that's another quote. Ending it. Satisfaction what? Brought it back. That's the full quote. You see all this half quote, eh? that thing doesn't work ahead. So curiosity. So what made me? So I interned in 2017 when I was serving with a senior friend and in Port Harcourt. Senior friend, it was my mentor then in my mind, and it was doing well. And I did a lot of works for him, at least few. And my 3D was good, at least very good then. And I was about to leave, and he said, Femi, this thing you're paying me, but it's fine. He said, I believe that you will reach where you want to reach because you are very curious and you want to learn and you want to. He said, don't stop learning. So I picked that up. So you need to be curious. How does this thing work? In fact, sometimes I break some things. I download the template I go to the back, I break it to understand, this gradient is here, this is how this works. So be curious. Use platforms like your Pinterest. Be curious. Always want to find out how somebody, don't worry, we'll get to showing of our portfolio. Then the next is practice. So the question I want to ask you, how often do you practice with your Canva?
Every week.
Practice is different from doing what somebody gave you to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Exactly.
I think so.
Okay, because most graphic designers, they started from the works they did for themselves. And out of practice, they got really good jobs. So practice is very, very important. After you are curious and you're like, okay, how did they do this 3D stuff, right? And then you go to, you know what, I will know how to do this, and then you practice it out of curiosity. The next is networking. You were saying something about networking the other time. It is important. And how do you network? You join communities. So sometimes I just, enter the community and see what people do, what other people do, and, I learn from that. I ask people, I collaborate in communities that, okay, can you do this? Can we work on things together? So it is very, very important to do that. Next is mentoring. Mentoring is mentoring. You are ready, and you are ready to go the 9 miles, the 10 yards. Wow. Divine, what's on your mind?
I'm ready.
There's a difference between mentor and role model. So a mentor is like a father holding you by the hand, right? One step after me, don't do this, I've done it before. He's paying attention to you. While a role model, I like what he does. He does something that, I love. So the next is learning. You need to learn. So this is my mentoring program, the White Space Elite Circle. I love to train people. I love to teach people my stuff, right? And this is a mentoring program. I'm not saying more than that. Probably if you need to get more information, I'll send you on the WhatsApp group if you are there. If you want to be there, I'll just send the details there. You can go check it out. But that's it. And if you need to join the WhatsApp group, I think you need to scan this guy. So for community guys, so like I said, network, join a community. We've been building this community for 2 years. Building community is not a joke. So we send tips, we send videos, new releases of videos, maybe weekly. You can pop in there, ask me questions. I'm always available to answer. Okay, so let's move into looking at some of the works that I did, right, for visual communication purposes. All right, so, and you'll be able to understand why I built a virtual reality course, a VR course, and a graphic design course. So, where should I start from? I think I start from my Behance. So if you are thinking that you're going to see a lot of graphic design works, most of my graphic design works are hidden. Okay, this is one of the works we did during our mentoring. Wow! You love the astronauts. It's my favorite. It's my wallpaper.
Like start.
No, I just wrote. It's a Lorem Ipsum text and whatever. Let me start with one. In 2019, I created this project. So there was a problem. There was a problem in the entire world, pandemic, and we're planning this event. We're planning this event it was a physical event. We're planning it, so that's it. And this is what I used. I love Cinema 4D so much. So this is what I use: Photoshop, Illustrator, V-Ray, blah, 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 Panel VR, whatever. And then I started building it. And it got to a stage, I was overwhelmed. In fact, I didn't know what to do at the beginning until I consulted. I have a secret to how I get ideas. I have a secret. I'm not sharing it now. If you want me to share it, meet me at the end of the class, and then I'll share. I'm very serious. Okay, so I built all this, right, in 3D. And that's why I told you that I'm a UX designer and I'm a UI designer. It was so good that companies were like, we've not seen this before. And they were paying just to exhibit in a virtual booth. Why? Because it compelled them. Though they've taken it down, it's more of a web app. But thank God I took my screenshots before they took it down, because I wouldn't have had a portfolio. So everything in here, I will show you a live version that we did for our events. So, but everything in here, I had more than 100 rendered views. And you are able to visit the booths, to buy products, to chat with the vendors, just like you have a physical exhibition, right? And this won me a lot of stars on my shoulder, yeah? So, this is graphic design and photo manipulation. So there was an event they were supposed to have in 2019, and I just used Illustrator and Photoshop. And this is my friend, but I changed her face because she was like, you can't be using my face every time, because other designs are down there. So I had to pick her sister's face and put it in her face, and then worked with the style I wanted, right? So this, it's just like a proposal. We had a proposal. So this is one. No, this one is basic stuff. I love simple designs, right? Then the third, okay, you saw that one already. The fourth, right? I've never gotten over this design. I really love it so much. I don't know why, because it just brings out everything in me, like. And then, okay, they had an invitation, but at the end of the day, they did not collect it. Clients can be funny. Your work can be beautiful. Abi, I was working at an agency then, in an agency, so they paid me my salary. So, which other one? I don't want to open everything, but if, okay. Okay, this was a mock project for a. What do you think this is?
Maybe children.
Why?
Because of the playful colors used as the
illustration, right? So that's the standard, like that's the basic, like starting point for your communication, effective communication. So imagine I used black and gold. A luxury, and black and orange. Am I trying to sell to a luxury baby? I'm trying to sell to the parents. I'm trying to sell to the parents, but apparently I want it to be appealing to the baby. So in children marketing, let me tell you one thing, because children marketing, you guys, there's money there.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that.
There's money there, because most times the parents don't want to buy whatever, but the child will be like, "Mommy, I love it." Why? The color is so bright. There's pink and blue and yellow and illustration.
Does this product exist?
No, it's a 3D model.
You just made it up.
No, I just made it up. I just wanted to play, so I made it up, and then so everything, mine, illustration and everything, the 3D, the mapping, whatever. So again, I was just playing here. In fact, there should have been. It's beautiful. Oh, so but what does this bottle look like?
It's like cows. Yes.
That's it. A cow's udder, UDDER.
The fact that I don't think a bottle like this right here exists.
It's so good. It can
Should we just produce it and make money? It don't break. It's so sturdy, like your Coca-Cola bottle.
Yeah, it's just more innovative.
It's just more
Very nice.
white space. All right, so this is my events. The events we made in 2021, and it's an exhibition event, and we were privileged to have a lot of people. It was so sweet. Abi Naofego, I loved it so much. So even my big brother was around, and what's going on in your mind?
No,
is good, right? So this is the scratch of virtual reality. So this, you can put it on your phone and put it in your cardboard, Google Cardboard, and look around if you have a good phone. So I really experimented with this. So that event I showed you first, this is it. Like this is how it felt. So you can go to the next phase, it zooms you in, you're coming from. So these are people's works. This is Fego's work. That young lady there, she illustrates really well. Okay, the work there is designed by MJ, but this is Fego's work. Then, yes, we have links. I think the link is not working for now, but events website, you can embed links, video files, PDFs, whatever, right, in there. And yes, to play. Let's enter. So this is the lobby. So you can have, so this video, don't mind the audio, but then we didn't have Adobe Podcast then, so don't mind the audio. But this video is hosted currently on YouTube, and then you can play the video. So blah 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 blah. It's long. It's long. It's long. It's long. Then we have this space. You can take photos, right? So this was connected to Get a DP. Anybody knows Get a DP? Yeah. So once you click Get a DP, I think it still goes there. Let me see. Yeah, you can create it. So you create it and you put your picture here. You upload it, do whatever it is you want to do, and blah blah blah. And then, you can also. Okay, come to the previous space. We also had the event agenda, right? So people could actually okay.
How long did it take to create?
So because the one I created in the past took me about 3 months. That's from May ending to August. This one took me 1 month plus.
You did 3 months. Like how many hours a day?
Okay, so this one I did not consistently work on it every day, I must confess, because there were other things we were doing. We're having meetings and meetings. So, but I made sure that so there's a way you can do the work. I made sure that I set everything I needed to set, and then I render overnight, right? Because I just render and sleep. Then at least the place I used to stay, there was light. So I'll render overnight. When I wake up in the morning, my render is done. So I was maximizing all the time I had. So, but if you don't have power, that thing can stress you. Okay, so next space. Okay, so this is the second video, how to use Discord. So the lobby is just like a learning space for people to learn how to navigate the entire space. And then the lounge, the networking lounge, connects to our Discord community, where people can chat and whatever. And then the exhibition space itself, the exhibition hall, we have, so people had booths. This was our own booth. So these are people's booths here, all around. And once you enter our booths, you see, things that link you up to probably, our vision, for example. Maybe one of our Instagram posts, and then you can actually even still go to the Instagram like that. Okay, you can, embedding links, and then to be here. But that link is broken. That link is broken because God knows. And then we had people that exhibited their works. What video is this? Okay. So more of an introductory video to the entire community, the entire space. So long and short is you can use this for businesses, right? A business person that needs to sell their products online. So I actually have an online store. I'm launching something very soon, and that store, I want you to enter the place, and you will think you are playing a game. So gamification is the next level. That's why I must know this VR very well. I must learn the things I need to learn. So how far can you go for what you want to become? You can't do anything. But basically, where is this? Okay, so we had these people too. They're a fashion brand. and and check out their fashion stuff. You can buy what you want to buy in their store, right? So people came and exhibited, basically. So recap, right? We've defined communication, we've defined visual communication, we've defined effective visual communication, and we've defined effective communication, right? And we know the differences between these terms, right? And we know the end goal of everything, right? One that has effect, the end goal is what? Action, impact, and resonance. The other one without the effect, the end goal is what? Comprehension and comprehension. Long and short is that anything is possible with your visual communication. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince and not confuse you that you need to spread your tentacles and not limit yourself by what you call yourself. Thank you very much.